morning. Jud Burgess here. I just finished doing my 3 minutes with Mayor Margo and City Council, and I'll be brief. I'm not going to go on and on like I did on the last video. But basically, I got censored again, and it's becoming very obvious to me that Mayor Margo has some very thin skin. If he can't stand the heat, he needs to get out of the kitchen. This is what he signed up for. It's really funny because you'll notice that they've highlighted in red now when speakers go up to talk that you must refrain from attacking people personally. And I'm not attacking Mayor Margo personally. I'm calling him out for some behavior and politics that are very questionable. And you can judge for yourself. When you hear what I'm saying, when other people are saying, which I've included video from another individual named Eric Stoltz and a Mr. Fierro that are very good things that they're bringing up. You're going to see that Mayor Margo does not like to be challenged. And when he is, he's trying to find a way to silence us and suspend our First Amendment rights to free speech, whether it's through creative graphics or just by the things we say. So, like I said, watch this video and just kind of see where the city's going, see where Mr. Margo's going. He's making a power play. He's trying to be the strong mayor here and trying to take over city council's job description to set protocol here in town. He's trying to be the one that's calling the shots, and that's not a good thing because he is a mini Trump. He's basically Trump 0.2 on El Paso level. So watch the video and get involved any way you can, and let's continue to hold our government responsible, and thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you, Ms. Scheck. The next member of the audience that has signed up to speak is Mr. Jud Burgess. His topic is, I read the news today. Oh boy. Mr. Burgess, may I remind you again, sir, to please refrain from personal attacks.
Can you help me with this?
El Paso was on the national news twice last week on the information radar of millions of Americans. First was a Daily Beats column titled, Army Hero Defiant After Surviving Brutal Gay Bashing Attack. It's a story about Charles William Davis II, a gay American soldier decorated with 3 Bronze Stars while serving 5 deployments to Bosnia, Afghanistan, and Iraq. Just before the new year, Davis and a friend were the victims of a horrific hate crime attack here in El Paso. There is a perception that El Paso is not friendly to the LGBTQ community when these kind of stories go viral on the internet news cycle. 2 weeks ago, right here, during the public city council meeting, all of you inexplicably allowed a vile and dangerous homophobic man to rant freely without challenging his assertions, which were clearly designed to promote hatreds toward the gay community in El Paso. I believe City Attorney Firth was asked if he was violating the rules for public commenters. She obviously gave him free rein because he went on with his deranged rant about gay-colored buses and homosexuals recruiting people so they can commit genocide across the country. I understand you were allowing him his right to free speech, something you clearly denied me when it was my turn, but you have to exercise common sense, and this person obviously walked over the line by using hate speech to incite animosity toward a vulnerable community in El Paso. When you as leaders allow this kind of hate speech to go unchallenged, you're contributing to the overall impression that El Paso is not a gay-friendly city. El Paso's second national news mention was when Sarah Huckabee Sanders tweeted that our city is one of the safest in America by virtue of our border wall, that freedom fence to keep out the riffraff and illegals as Mayor Margo has referred to it. That brought forth a predictable firestorm of pushback by local and state leaders, letting her and America know that the wall has nothing to do with El Paso's record. Rather, it's our people and community who make us safe. Congressman Beto O'Rourke, former El Paso Police Chief Russ Leach, State Representatives Lina Ortega and Cesar Blanco, and State Senator Jose Rodriguez are just a few of the leaders who publicly took Huckabee Sanders to task over her statements based on an ignorant New York Post article about El Paso and the wall. However, one notably silent voice was yours, Mayor Margo. If anyone should have contributed to this conversation, it should have been you. When you were campaigning for mayor, you stated that you were an El Pasoan first and a Republican second. I believe that was your way of putting distance between you and our unpopular, lying, racist president. But your past statements make it abundantly clear how you feel about the wall. Same as Huckabee Sanders and Trump. Your silence on the matter speaks volumes. Silence is complicity, silence is consent, just like the silence displayed here when each of you allowed the disgusting homophobe his hate speech without even so much as an objection. Thank you.
And the next speaker is Mr. Eric Stoltz. His topic is respect. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. My title is Respect. Respect is something earned and not just given. Our mayor continuously reminds us that no personal attacks will be tolerated. Yet on multiple occasions, personal attacks have happened twice. One towards historians that fit his narrative and an attack on the LGBT community. Is it only when the mayor is attacked he uses force to shut voices? You allowed a homophobic man to berate an entire community, my community, simply for who we love or identify. Yet not one word from our mayor or show of force to stop it. We might wonder why. Recently a gay man was attacked for being gay, yet once again our officers say it was not a hate crime. In 2013, I was attacked for the same very reason, while police officers tried to tell me it wasn't motivated by hate. Though 3 years later, they got probation. Yet you sat there complicit, allowing someone to call my community genocidal. And oh, how I wonder what your views on my community truly are. Ask yourself if you'll continue to be silent during comments of hate. And I'll end before I'm silenced with one last word from my inspiration, Harvey Milk. It takes no compromise to give people their rights. It takes no money to respect the individual. It takes no political deal to give people freedom, and it takes no survey to remove oppression. Thank you.
Good morning, City Council. You may recall I was here about 4 or 5 months ago. I brought my son with me. I wanted to speak on his behalf in regard to a complaint that I attempted to make because of the bus services here. The mayor made the unilateral and unfortunate decision to deny me to exercise this right to speak on my son's behalf, a right that he also holds as a child with a disability, to have advocacy and legal representation. Litigation could be pending in regard to that, and I find it unfortunate that while you refused to hear my legitimate complaint with some Vetra services, you permitted a person to come up here and make vulgar and disgusting comments using Sun Litra as a platform to do so. I just consider that to be unacceptable.